So last week I did a review of the Orcs and Goblins, and this week, because of the releases of the Tau, I figured I'd do a quick review of my Tau collection. And my channel is mostly devoted towards Age of Sigmar, and that's probably where it will go in the future to an extent as well. But I would like to do some 40k content. I really do want to make it kind of a more of a universal Warhammer channel that really covers both. But I haven't played 40k in several years. I played one game like maybe 3 years ago or something. But it is something I do want to get back into. I've kept all my armies from years ago. A lot of them need a ton of work. But I figured I'd kind of alternate between the 40k and fantasy armies that I have, or Age of Sigmar armies. So the first up is the Tau, and of course the Tau are being re-released. It's a pretty decent sized army. There's a ton of work to do. I'm not too happy with the paint scheme of it. It's really dark. So if I go back to it, I might buy a couple of the new kits, but one of the things I want to do is repaint it, clean it up a bit. So these are the Fire Warriors, and the paint scheme is just way too dark. I'm not really sure how to brighten them up again without doing an enormous amount of rework. And back here are the Pathfinders, and then some more Fire Warriors, and the troop transports for them. I bought Tau right when the army first came out, and I was probably one of the very first people to really ever own Tau army, certainly the first person in my area. And I went right for the armored Tau, which was kind of one of the popular builds at the time. But I think I was probably one of the first people to actually build one. So I built, I guess 2 units of Pathfinders. I think I normally did my armor build 1 unit of Pathfinders and a Devilfish, and then 4 units of Fire Warriors and the Devilfish. And then 3 Hammerhead tanks. 2 railguns, 1 ion cannon. The ion cannon was never any good, but I like variety. And, mostly the reference out of the movies. The ion cannon of Empire Strikes Back. I got my little horde of Kroot and my crisis suits. I think there's 9 in total. Should be anyways. Yeah. And 2 units of stealth suits, the old school ones. I actually really like those models. Again, so I'm not really sure how to brighten them up. I did a couple models as kind of a test. It's just like little gray guy in the Fire Warrior squad. They're kind of like a dark navy blue with black, and that's just horrible. You really don't notice like the contrast. The only thing you might see is the helmets, and that's about it. So I'm not really sure how to really do it, but there's a lot of work ahead of me. And I have 3 broadside battle suits that are absolutely in pieces. They're kind of like the the first ones that came out. So they're like half plastic, half metal, and there's a lot of weight on their little feet, and so they just kind of like constantly snap off. So I need to, do some work on those, get them properly set up. I think they were both like, all 3 of them were like on top of like a high piece of terrain in one of my games, and they just went all flying off onto the floor. They've never been the same since. So that's the Tau, and I'll continue through. The good thing about doing these reviews is it gives me a chance to kind of get them out again, maybe get them a bit cleaned up, kind of reorganized, and so I know exactly what I have, so when I get back to the army, I know what to buy. So thanks for watching.